Hi everyone, welcome to this week's edition of EN Explains. This week we're changing it up and I will be interviewing Don Gibson, Business Development Manager regarding wind energy. Hey Don, how's it going?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing well. So let's start right off the bat. Tell us, what is wind energy?
Yeah, Leah, so wind energy is not unlike other sources of energy such as coal or gas. So the same principles apply. But instead of being powered by coal, the turbine is actually powered by wind. So wind will actually blow past the giant rotor. If you've ever seen them on the side of the road, you'll see that they have giant wind turbine blades. And so as the wind blows past those, they actually spin the blades, which in turn spins a main shaft, which in turn spins a generator, which creates the electricity. The biggest difference between wind energy and other traditional sources may just be the size. So with a coal-fired plant, for example, you may have one turbine, which would be 500 megawatts. With a wind farm, you may have 200 turbines to achieve the same size.
So how are utilities incorporating wind into their generation fleets with other sources of generation?
Yeah, great question. So each utility is going to be a little bit different. Some are finding that wind energy specifically is the lowest cost of energy in their area. The second one would be because of RPSs. And so an RPS is a renewable portfolio standard. In some states, the RPS could be as high as 30, 40, or 50%. And then in some cases like Hawaii, they want to have 100% renewable portfolio. And so what that's going to do is it's going to cause any utility that's generating power within a specific state, they'll have to have that percentage of power coming from a renewable resource.
So beyond the utilities meeting their goals, what are some of the advantages to the electric consumer?
The first reason would simply be because wind energy is the lowest cost of energy in some places. And so that's going to bring their electric utility rates down. The second reason, and one that may be the most important to quite a few people, are the fact that when they do plug in their specific devices at home, they can rest assured that the electricity that's being used to power those devices has been generated from a generation source that does not contribute to climate change and that doesn't put greenhouse gases back into the atmosphere.
That's great, Don. That's certainly something that I think a lot of people care a lot about. So how can EN help utilities and developers with their wind energy?
EN provides really full life cycle support for wind generation plants. We help the developer or the utility understand where they can place their wind fleet. And we can also help them understand how much they can put in specific locations. Also on the front end, we can help them understand where they can connect to the grid, which is a very important part in developing a project. We also manage the construction of the project, as well as support operations, and finally help with the regulatory compliance portion, which again is very important due to NERC and FERC standards. So long story short, our goal is to be the leading supplier of engineering services to wind generating facilities all over the U.S.
Great. Thanks so much for taking the time to explain wind energy and how EN can provide services to support it. Thanks, Don.
Thank you, Leah.